Greetings, grasshoppers. This is your RJ, and welcome to another episode of the Bot Signal. I am so happy to be your host today. Hello, Tish. It's lovely to see you, darling. Excelente. Well, if you, let's do some housekeeping. If you are not watching me from the Black Belt Bots page, I won't be able to see your comments and your questions. So do me a favor, look what page you're on. If it's Black Belt Bots, hooray. If it's not, just go ahead and look up in the comments. I've got a link for there for you to hit so that I can see if you come to the right place, I can see your stuff. So hit that link up there in the post if you'd like and join us right here. Teresa's here. Oh my God, Aaron's here. Hello, darlings. Today is going to be a great show day. Not only am I working with new equipment, hello, ring light I bought on Amazon Prime Day. Hi, how are you? Not only new equipment, new setup, but I have got a great topic to share with you today. And that is, we're going to talk about bot strategies for beginners. Now, these are folks who really want to build it themselves, or at least try building it themselves. And I have a lot of people, ask me what's the best stuff to start with. There are so many things, bottom line, that you can do with your bot. You can do webinars, events, any type of content creation. You can get more people to see it and to participate in it. You can use it to onboard people. You can use it to qualify people. You can use it to, above all, for me, start conversations with people, figure out where they're at, and figure out if that's, someone that needs to carry on a further relationship with you. So many things you can do with the bot. It's absolutely ridiculous. But the problem is this: when there's so many ideas that you can't even really see straight, how do you prioritize and pick the one that really needs to be done? How do you pick the most successful, the most useful, we'll say, the most impactful sequence that you can write right off? So it's a tough job. So I'm here to talk you through it if you are going through that. Hey, love New Equipment Day. I know, right? Listen, Amazon Prime, middle of the night, RJ, surfing under the covers. Shall I get a different microphone? These are the questions that occur to me in the middle of the night, and that probably won't surprise you. Anyway, very good. So talking about strategies for beginners, where do you even start? People come to me and they're so very excited, and you know what? I know why. I'm that excited about bots too, trust me. And they have a billion ideas. Some of them are things that I know will work because I've done them before. Some of them are things in the category of, let's figure that one out. And then there are things in the category of, bots don't do that yet. And it's all fun, and I really enjoy talking with people. But at the end of the day, how do you go through all those beautiful, wonderful ideas and pick out the one that's right? So there are three keys to this. Number one, the brainstorm. It really helps to write all of these ideas down. Now, if you're a computer person, perfect. I've got software for you. It's free. It's called Trello.com, Trello. And you can start a free account right now and start brain dumping a series of ideas that you can use at some point during the build of your bot. So if you're a computer if you'd rather type that stuff up, go to Trello, do a brain dump. Just write every single last one out there. And remember, don't judge stuff as it comes out. The rules of brainstorming, right? Just get it out there. Because if you get it out there, then you can take all of the things and look at them from a perspective point of view. That is really key to being able to point out what is your best, what should you start on? What's the sequence to start on? You can't really make that decision unless you can see everything out there. Brain dump, LOL. Oh, absolutely, my friend. Trello.com, super fab platform to keep you on task. I love Trello. I love Trello. We'll talk about building good habits around the software later, but as far as functionality, that stuff is golden. Okay. Teresa says, that's what I have, and I struggle in terms of content. That's what I've struggled with in terms of content and platform in general. Are you struggling, Teresa, with the organizational stuff, or are you struggling with having so many ideas that you don't know what to do with them? Hit me up in the comments, and I'll be able to answer that question. Kathy's here. Hello. If you're not familiar with Kathy, that little dog that she has in her photo right there, Kathy is all about the puppies, and I'm all about Kathy. So welcome. Angel is here. Hey, welcome, Angel. So good to see you today. Very good. So first step one, get ideas down and pick one. Now, I will also tell you that having that Trello board handy whenever you're building your bot, basically, is going to be really, really helpful for you, because it's not as if we're going to narrow it down to one idea and you're going to be able to build on that idea and you're not going to get more ideas out from left field and everywhere else. Because once you start working on them, your brain just sort of tunes into that sort of stuff. And you hear people talking about messenger bots and you go, wonder if I could learn something there. Boop, 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 over to that conversation. It is pretty amazing. Once you start thinking in this way, you start getting more ideas automatically. So super helpful to you don't just brain dump once, brain dump often. Do this for me. There was a guy, and I forget his name, but he did one of the studies that I really relied on during my master's program up here at the university. And that is, he talked about ideas. He talked about brain dumping ideas into kind of a repository, and then having that repository kind of just ever present. It helps me to look over all my old ideas, see which ones I've already actually combined into something and I didn't even know, reawaken things that, I haven't thought about in a while. Having that thing ever present is going to help you get through the process, because you're working on that sequence that you said to yourself, this is the one I'm going to put my time and energy toward. And then you get an idea out of left field, put it somewhere. Just put it somewhere. Do this for me. That will really help you along the road. Aaron, OMG, you cracked me up. Well, LOL. Very good. Oh yeah, picking one idea is the tough one, and we're going to get to that here in just a second, because honestly, that's kind of the job, isn't it? Because so many people get frozen in idea stage. Because there are so many ideas that it is just, and you're busy with other stuff anyway, because you're a small business owner like I am, and we've all got stuff to do. So, well, I've just got a whole lot of ideas. Yeah, if you stay stuck in that stage and aren't able to narrow it down to one, nothing's ever really going to get done. I don't speak from experience. I heard that from somewhere else. Anyway, I speak from experience there. Barbara's here. Hello, Barbara. We've been waiting for you. Welcome to your seat. Very good. The ideas can stop me dead in my tracks sometimes. You know what? They can. And the more powerful they are, the more dead in your tracks you get, because you don't want to spend time on something that is not going to give you a return on your time or money investment. I get this. I get this very much. I'm a software freak. You knew that, right? I'm a software freak, and I see little things that I think that I need all of the time, but they always go through a really rigorous, do I really need this, or would this just be nice type of process. With your ideas, you have to treat it a little bit differently. You have to give your ideas love and sunshine and water, virtual, and put them in your little Trello board, your little garden there, and look at them and love them every once in a while. Because if you do that, the right ones will grow, and that is good stuff. Ideas, you can't, if you ruthlessly cull them, like I do when I'm looking at, a software to buy, ruthlessly cull the options so I don't spend too much money. You've got to treat ideas differently. But back to the point on this, how do you take all of these ideas and pick out just one to start experimenting with? It's exactly when I plug in. Absolutely. Teresa says, boy, did I spend way too much time investing in something that did not deliver ROI. Trying not to make that mistake again. Yes, sister. Take the pledge. Aren't we all? Right? You know what I'm saying? Very good. So I've got a little script right here. This is my little talking points here, so I don't miss anything. Okay, so do you have a storage spot for those ideas, and how do we pick the one? Okay, I'm going to say something that's totally counterintuitive. Brace yourselves. You're braced? Fantastic. I'm going to say that of all of the ideas that you have right now, I want you to pick one of the simplest ones. I want you to pick a simple one, because here's the deal. If you're doing this by yourself, you're having to learn all of the tools, tricks, and techniques of ManyChat. Pick ManyChat. That's the best one. You're learning all of the tips. You're learning, you're finding your way, and it's frustrating. So if you set for yourself, I have got a huge, huge goal out there. If you set for yourself, this is going to make or break my book launch that I'm having in a week. That is a tough, tough time to learn how to do bots, because you don't have room to make mistakes. You know, and I know that if I give myself room to learn something and I can experiment, play around, and make mistakes, and it's not too big of a deal, if I allow myself that much time to play, time to explore and discover, then I'm going to feel, not only am I going to learn what I need to learn, but I'm going to feel great about myself doing it. I am. It's just, that's the secret for me anyway. And trust me, I've been to enough school to know. Hence the degrees on the wall behind me, and Yoda to balance it out. Anyway, so you being able to focus on one idea that is simple is absolutely the handrail to the set of stairs that you need that will get you into bots, because it's so time consuming to learn, to make all of the mistakes that you need to make, to preview it 1,000 times and then make one tweak, break the whole thing, forget to preview it, and send it out to a bunch of people. Again, I've just heard this from other people. I've never had that experience. But if you choose something simple, then that will allow you to, the time in the room you need to make mistakes and do all the things that you need to do. So I want you to do something simple. For me, there's a couple, I've done a lot of sequences for people. The ones that are occurring that are kind of the easiest to start on, the easiest to hit go on, are welcome sequences, and reminder sequences for when you are pushing content out there. Content like videos, live streams, a podcast, a blog, a vlog, whatever it is that you've got going on. Setting up reminders so that people, are attracted to coming to whatever content you're producing. Those two types are really kind of the simplest types of bots to start with. And I'll tell you, just what it allows you to do is very important. What it allows you to do is start gathering a crowd around you, and start also creating habits with the software that you're going to follow even when times are crazy and you're you're eyeball deep in a book launch and all that stuff is going on. Something happens to your bot. If you have taken the time to get to know the bot and the people in the bot, then it's not going to be any big deal to fix something. But I tell you, it's a completely different experience when you've just, you started the bot about a week ago, you finally got it to a place, and now you're doing your book launch, and then something happens. Well, you're just done then. I mean, there's just not much you can do about it then, and it becomes so frustrating to have that type of experience. Let me catch up on the comments here. Adam's here. Hello. Adam is the first tech dude of the Nerdy Girls Geek Out show. I don't know if you people knew that, but he's pretty amazing and fantastic. Adam says, absolutely must allow time. It's like a developer trying things on a production server. So yes, the language that he is speaking right now of what a production server is it's a playground. It's a sandbox. It's a let's test this out and see if this will work place that doesn't interfere with what all of the big servers have going on. It's non-public facing. It's like, it's a sandbox type of thing, is what he's talking about. Hello, RJ Redden. Hello, Alfredo Tigolo. How hard is it to learn Facebook bot messenger? Facebook bot messenger. So, I think what you're talking about is the third-party platforms, the software that is available. You can, if you're deep programming knowledge person, like go into Facebook API and do some crazy things. I am not that person. There are a good many software, chatbot software products popping up on the market. For me, ManyChat is the only one worth my time and money, and it's the one that I work on my clients work with, because if they needed to take over the chat bot, if a cabbage hit my head and I slipped into a coma, they could take the reins of what's happening there and understand what's happening, maybe take it over themselves temporarily or hand it to somebody else. That kind of freedom is really important for me to be able to offer with my clients. So I'm a ManyChat girl. Now, your question was, how hard is it to learn? My answer back is in the form of a question. Hope you like Jeopardy. My answer back is in the form of a question, and that is, how techie are you to begin with? Are you excited by discovering new patterns in software that make things happen that you've never seen before? Are you more excited about that and less excited about failing over and over again? Because when you play with software, you try things. Well, let's try it this way. Let's try it this way. Let's try it that way. And if it doesn't work 37 times, and on that 38th time, the joy that you feel overwhelms all the times that it didn't work, I think it wouldn't be too hard. If you got some, obviously a food storage of some kind, some beverages in the room with you, a bathroom close, you could probably jam that. You could probably cram that in a little while. For me, it's such an ever-changing product. They keep adding features, so wonderful of them. To me, it's like Christmas every day when I go in there. It's geek Christmas. So I'm excited about learning all that stuff. If technology frustrates you, it's going to take you longer because you're going to need to break from it a little bit. So I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, throw something in the comments for me and we'll go down that track again. I'm so techie. I dream of debugging in my sleep. Oh, Alfredo. Go hit up ManyChat. No reason not to. No reason not to offer that to the folks that you work with, because I think that you could put that stuff together. Geek Christmas. Also, Amazon Prime Day is Geek Christmas, or at least when it shows up. Teresa says, hey, RJ, I was trying to do some research and I meant to ask, does ManyChat work with Weebly? I would like to work a bot into my website. I haven't worked with Weebly in a long time. If you can embed a piece of code in Weebly, then ManyChat will work with your website. If you cannot embed code, then I'm going to say no. So do look that question up, and you'll be able to get a good answer there. ManyChat is the chat of many. True. Okay, very good. I'll check with Inglewood Southside Christian Church if they need a chat Facebook bot. Oh, absolutely. You know what? Why not? Why not? Might want to do a little demo. Do a little demo for people, because here's what I've experienced, Alfredo, that sometimes people's eyes kind of still glaze over a little bit, and they don't really understand. I did a presentation with a group, networking group, a couple of weeks ago, and I did the entire presentation on pieces of paper. I wanted to go as low tech as humanly possible, because I'm explaining a high tech idea to people, or what at least seems to me like high tech. The techies in the audience may groan, but it's high tech to me, babies, and it's high tech to the people of Nebraska. So I did the whole thing on sheets of paper, and I just did little drawings of stuff and labeled it. Went like gangbusters. So think about that when you're presenting, Alfredo. I'm sure you will have some good luck with that. Oh, Alfredo, thank you, Aaron Strayer. The check is in the mail. You are so good to me. Jessica's here. Hello, Jessica. I missed you coming on. So enjoyed your show today. Let's see. Okay, so let me throw back up or roll back up in the comments here. And Adam says ManyChat has great support. On this one, I'll say there are times when they are Johnny on the spot. And then there are times when you wonder if anybody's there. So it has been catch as catch can a little bit with ManyChat support. So a lot of times too, if I have a question that's really deep and geeky, I'll go to the ManyChat community as well on Facebook. ManyChat has a community. It's like a lot of people, but a lot of bot builders in there and stuff like that. So if I really have a question that is like, hey, is anybody else noticing this? I'll go to the ManyChat community and ask it. That really helps. The bots will get butts in the seats. It works for any seats. Yes, it does. Any seats. Having an event you want to promote, having an online event you want to promote. It really, really helps to get seen and heard. So Jessica says, I've noticed nonprofits are using bots now too on Facebook. Good. The word is getting out. That is fantastic. It automatically pops up when I visit a page. Actually, I have discovered, I think, I was poking around yesterday, and I've discovered that that's actually a setting that you can set in your if you go to your page's settings and you go right underneath general to I believe it's messaging, there is a box that you can check now. I'll have to redo this later to make sure that that's the correct box, but there is a box that you can check now that will pop Messenger up immediately, whether you have a bot or not. That's within Facebook. Doesn't have anything to do with ManyChat, but I think it's cool because then, anything that will draw their attention to our messenger, I love it, right? Wicked. Oh, deeply, deeply wicked. Love using pencil paper. I think when I use this with clients, they wonder why their developer is using a pencil. Well, I totally get it. What really makes me happy is when technological people use pencil and paper to take notes or to explain things, because honestly, the last thing that I want to do when I'm first meeting a person is to put a shield up between me and you, the laptop screen, right? And I'm short too, so it covers most of my head. So no, I love it when technical people use paper and pencil, because it's very nice. Have you heard the news? The bot is the word, and now the bot is the word. And now the song's in everyone's head. Thank you. You may be named the musical DJ of the Bot Signal show. We'll take it under consideration. Spinning Dragon and I. Anyway, all right. Gotten to some comments. So back to the original points that I was making. So number 1 point, brainstorm, darlings. Get it all out of your head, so that you can be able to think straight about all of those different ideas and measure them against each other and see what's going to be the best thing for you to start on. Number 2, start small, darlings. Start small. If you are building it yourself, you're going to need room to learn, room for frustration. Sometimes you're going to need to take a little break from it for a while. Sometimes you're going to need to drop it for a couple of days, just because learning can be frustrating. And it's a really powerful piece of software. With any really powerful pieces of software out there, the more powerful it is, the more knobs, the more buttons, the more flashing lights that there are, the more things you can make it do, but the more complicated it is. And so that's why I say start small. Start with a reminder bot that just reminds people when your content has gone live. Start with a welcome bot for people who come to your Facebook page or your website. Give them an opportunity to ask you a question, and then give them an opportunity to tour some of your very best content. Those are things that will really, really help you, because you've built something simple that will get people to subscribe and come in the door. And then you'll be able to do this third part of the messenger bot strategies for people who are just beginning. And that is, you need to plan for the pre-show time. Now, what am I talking about? What am I talking about pre-show time? What I'm talking about is, unless you have a really, really big audience, really big, thousands of people big, then when you launch something like a chatbot, you're going to get a few people a day. You're going to get a few subscribers per day. Sometimes people run ads to those. Sometimes, we're going to talk about promoting the show in another show, actually. That's coming up next week, I believe. But you're going to get a few likes a day. If you're launching a book next week and you want everybody to come into a bot, that is totally great. If you've got a huge audience to leverage, a lot of them will come into the bot. You'll have a critical mass. You'll be going right away. That's lovely. But most of us are not like that. And so what I'm talking about, this pre-show time, when you go to a networking event and the first half hour is mingling, you kind of wander around to people and say hi and all of that kind of stuff. And then the room, reaches kind of a critical mass, or the time to start shows up, and then you get started. That mingling time, that welcoming the first 50 or 100 people into your bot and getting them settled and making sure that they have what they need and all of their questions are answered, and working that broadcast feature a few times so that you're broadcasting at the right time with the right message to the right people. Getting some of those experiences under your belt before you launch the book, before you do a huge event that you and a few of your buddies are putting on like one time a year, before you launch that online class you've been working on for a year, those types of things. When you are launching the big stuff, you're going to want to have really good habits around the technology, and you're going to want to have developed problem solving. Now, I got it all day. I got it all day because my head is in here all day. But if you're doing this alone, you're a business owner, and you may have a couple other things to do in a day. So developing good habits around software is absolutely key. In my experience, you can have, and I'm sure Adam will concur, you can have the best software in the whole world. It can do your dishes. Okay. But unless you have really great habits around using that software, it's a brick. It's a thing out there in the world taking up space. It's nothing unless you develop big, great habits around it. I'll use the Trello example. I've known about Trello for years, many, many years, and it's really great software. But there have been a couple of times that I've made a board and forgotten about it just because I don't access it again. This time around, what I've done with Trello to make it successful for me is that when I get off the initial phone call with a client, I will go directly to Trello. There's no stop. There's no pass and go, collecting $200. There is just, if this happens, then I go to Trello, and this is exactly the type of stuff I fill out, and I do it every single time. That's what makes that software productive. So take this example to bots. What makes the software productive? 20 minutes a day of your time. I make all my clients swear. 20 minutes a day of your time. Looking over stuff, making sure everything's happening right, making sure everybody's taken care of. That way, when you go to launch the book, when you go to invite 1,000 people into your bots, or whatever number is your target number, when you go to invite that many people in, you will know how to problem solve, and you'll know how to do that stuff on the fly. You'll also know everything that you need to know, to troubleshoot. So that's my last one, is make sure that you're doing the pre-show. Make sure that you are the first order of business is make one of these really simple bots, gather people, get people in there, figure out how the system works, figure out how you're going to approach taking care of your people. Maybe it's not 20 minutes a day. Maybe it's 30 minutes every other day. Maybe you have a different style about it. Maybe you have an assistant who takes care of this stuff. Fantastic. But those are the guidelines. Those are the 3 that'll help you go from, being stalled and not being able to start to being able to really start getting a hold of this thing and taking advantage of some great technology. I know a lot of people are out there pitching bots and talking about the open rate and all that kind of stuff, and all that's really great. But some people will also sort of do fear marketing, which is, you got to get on this train now. If you get on this train now, you'll make $1 million. Yeah. Let's just stop all that right now. And let's say that bots are absolutely fantastic and great, but you don't have to get on the train today. Okay. I'd suggest you get on the train. You wouldn't be here if you weren't interested in getting on the train, but don't force yourself to go through something that is crazy. Don't open up the whole thing for bots and then be doing amazing stuff a week later with it. Only the people that have a huge crowd already can get away with that type of stuff. It ain't you and me, babies. All right. Kim is here. Oh, my friend Kim is here. Adam, I use Asana. It has the boards, but also a calendar and a to-do list all in one. Absolutely. Adam says, I make my assistant do everything. Side note, I am my own assistant. Adam, if you would, please go get yourself a cup of coffee. No, I'm just kidding you. I'm just kidding you, man. Very good. Trello, not confusing, but awkward to use. Yeah, it's for your more visual people. I'm one of those. I'm more of an artist type, and I just love that interaction. Asana is another great system, but it's for more list-oriented people who kind of columns and rows and things like that. Very fantastic. Like, my wife would love Asana. I couldn't do it. I need something a little more visual and fun to look at. Very good. Adam says, yes, know how to use your software. Also audit your software. Does it do what you need to do? Are you paying for features that you're actually using? That's always another good question on a software audit. At some point, I was speaking Kim's language. Very good. Oh, you are my biggest fan. That's true. Kathy says, yes, one step at a time. I still haven't started on my many chatbots. You're motivating me, RJ. Yeah, I know what you mean, Kathy. It's one of those things that I mean, it's hard to prove an R or what your return and investment is going to be. It's hard to justify taking yourself away from another thing, because even if it's free, even if you go with a free account and never pay anyone to help you, it's still going to cost you, because it's costing you your time. And that, in the economics world, now let me share with you the only phrase that I remember from my economics classes: opportunity cost. If you spend time on this thing, it's costing you the time to spend. You could be following a different opportunity. So for me, the greatest way to jump into a pool like this when it's brand new technology is to experiment, to set up an experiment, not to decide that the entire next 20 years of your business is going to depend on this one thing, which you don't know if it's going to work or not. No, don't do that. Just set up a sandbox. Adam was talking earlier about how technology people use what they call production servers, which is really just a safe environment where they can play and not hurt anything with technology. Set up the same kind of expectations around your ManyChat. Play around with it. If something like that is really appealing to you, then go ahead and build your own stuff. That you don't have to use someone like me. People use someone like me when they're really interested in bots and they don't have the time, but they would like to pay me to do it, and I'm happy to do it. But there are some people out there who would rather do this themselves, and it is possible. Very good. Let me scroll up to the top again. RJ Peeps in the house. It's true. My peeps are in the house today. Love you guys. Thank you for coming so much. RJ, you're stalled on my end. Let me refresh. Okay, please do let me know if that works. Oh, Kim's back. Fantastic, darlings. Okay, very good. So, first thing in the morning, you're going to start. Very good, Kathy. Very good, Kathy. If you're a biz owner, you've done the things, and so this isn't beyond you. This isn't beyond you. It may be a little weird to look at first, but eventually it's all built on one concept. If this, then take this action. If this happens, then take this action. So if you can look at it from that sort of human point of view, you'll be okay. Very good. So that's what I really have for you today. It's, make sure that you're picking a bot that you always want to pick a project. If it's new technology, always pick a project that you can gain an easy win from. Here's the thing. A lot of people, and I used to have a Coach Jenny, who talked all about that inner irksome naysayer in your head. The book is called Hilda. It's out. It's well worth the money. And a lot of times when people are approaching technology, they have that, you can't do this. They either have fear, and that's based in, I can't do this, or they have frustration, which is based in, the system isn't letting me do this and I'm mad about it. It's usually a combination of both, but it'll run more fear or more frustration for people. The best that you can do is to get a quick win under your belt. It's the most nicest thing that you can do for yourself, is get a quick win under your belt. Build something. Build anything in ManyChat. Build a 3-sentence bot and look at it and go, hey, you know what? That wasn't there before. And tomorrow I can improve on this. And you will work your way in to be able to do this kind of stuff. Botversation is now a word. It is a word now, people. Shakespeare made up his own words. Why can't we? I don't see why not. Botversation's a word now. Barbara said, you missed my question. Oh, so sorry. Can bots be used with voice? Oh, so can be used with voice. So you can put a voice recording in a bot. Absolutely, for sure. I love doing this, by the way. Anytime, in certain classes and online courses and stuff like that, when I'm giving a lecture type thing, then I do like to put it as a video and an audio track too. I realize that that's more work, but People love to learn by voice while they're doing other things, while they're working out, doing the laundry, cleaning the garage, while they're woodworking. They love to be able to kind of turn that stuff on in the background and learn a thing or two while they're doing something else. You can put short clips in there. You can put long clips in there for audio. You can do all kinds of things with audio. And you can even, if you're a podcast producer, you can send a reminder every time you publish, every time you drop a new episode. You can put a link for people right in ManyChat that will go to their messenger, and it's right there at their fingertips now. They don't have to go to iTunes or go anywhere to see it, because they're in their messenger all the time. So I hope that answered your question. Do write me, put some more stuff in the comments if I did not answer that question. Let's see. Botversation. Build a hello everyone bots. Oh, absolutely. Hello everyone. Let's see. Kathy says, I always say all creative stuff starts with a blank canvas. It's true. It's true. And a willingness to get dirty. I will add on that. And not dirty, but just your hands. Paint. Canvas? No? Okay. I'm going to stop that joke because it was lame in the middle. All right. Teresa says, I do that with your show, LOL. I love my podcast. Oh, absolutely. Well, your podcast is extremely likable, Teresa. That is why. Okay. Can it work with Alexa? So are you talking, Barbara, about the bot being able to maybe fetch Alexa flash briefings? Or what are you wanting it to do? Can you describe that for me in the comments? Because Alexa is very interesting for me. I do have a flash briefing on Alexa, and we do happen to have Adam in the house who works with a company that serves the sound files to Amazon. So please give me some more details if you would, Barbara, and we'll do our best to answer that question. Adam, it's wonderful to take a blank canvas and build something. I love code. Very good. Teresa's got to go. Talk to you later, Teresa. You are awesome. Yes, or show up with a search. So, are you talking about your bot being able to search Alexa for a certain briefing of some kind? That would be very, very interesting if ManyChat and Amazon were to work on an API situation. API, you guys, I'm getting geeky on you. If Amazon and ManyChat wanted to work together that way, Alexa, my ears perked up. Yeah, Adam works with Alexa every single day. So, let's see. Show up with a search. I'm not quite sure what you meant there. But if you could type me a little paragraph and give me details on, like, what do you want ManyChat to be able to do? Do you mean fetch something from Alexa? I know that ManyChat has recently, and this is going to get a bit geeky, so cover your ears or get a snack if you don't like geek stuff. But I know that recently ManyChat has come out with you can integrate with other APIs and things like that through some real simple mechanisms. So I'm wondering if that might be the key to what you're talking about. Very good. Kim says, Alexa, I don't know that one. You guys are killing me. And Kim did unbox her Alexa device. We were talking about that on Friday. I'm so proud of her. Barbara said, if a prospect needs help and searches for my services, fetch a prospect to my website. Okay. I think that one's going to take maybe a talk. Because I let's see, as for fetching prospects in ManyChat, I know how to identify good prospects. We've got great prospects. We've got good prospects that maybe just need a little push or a little more time. And then we've got folks who are tire kickers and they, it ain't going to work out. They're wrong for my business from whatever way. So I know that a bot can, of the people that are your subscribers, you can ask them questions and kind of study how they respond to things and identify, okay, who are my hot leads that I need to really get a conversation with right now. You can already do that within ManyChat without hooking it to anything else. Barbara, I will have the Amazon shopping site for life insurance. Okay. Interesting. So I can in ManyChat, I can send people anywhere that they'd like to go, as long as it is anywhere you'd like them to go. It does, all it takes is a website address. So within a bot, you could qualify somebody to see if this particular product or service, I assume it's a product because it's Amazon, qualify people to see, okay, is this right for them? And then for the people who are their hot prospects, you can send them a link to Amazon. You can also shop right there on Messenger, but I'm thinking from the way you put that, that you need them, you need that to be the transaction to occur out of Messenger. So you need to get them to your website first. So there is another person in the audience here today. And that's that Kim Boltzma. She's SEO Oprah. She knows everything about SEO and getting people to your website. So when I have questions like that, that's who I talk to. So that's my source for you. She is awesome. Just letting you know. Whoa, within a bot and in a bot. Yes, a box within a box. Kim says, do you have I'm going to have to do this. Do you have a microsite, i.e. one that's given to you by a larger insurance corporation, or is this one you've created yourself? The reason I ask is because you need to be able to update information on the site from an SEO standpoint. Yeah, sometimes those microsites don't let you do much when... and what we're talking about here is if you work for a great big insurance company and they give you a page on their website with your name on it, basically, and you hand that to all your customers, and it shows them it's basically profile information at that point. You can do SEO on stuff like that. What Kim is saying, you can totally do stuff like that, SEO, if you can change some stuff in the back end. But a lot of times with those microsites, they're a little locked down. Can't change much on your end. So that's kind of what she's talking about there. Oh yeah, Kim Boltzma fan. Oh, how could you not be? Oh my God. Very good. Nerdy girl awesomeness. Yes. And then we got some fanhood right back at you. Barbara says, thank you all. Okay, I need to move forward on this. I will have my own quote and apply for life insurance. Perfect. I'm glad you're moving forward, Barbara. That is okay. You're independent. Great. Fantastic. Then you have a lot more control over what is put, what you are able to do for SEO and what is put on your website as well. Don't know if you knew, Barbara, but you can install, and Black Belt Bots, blackbeltbots.com is my website. And if you go there right now, you'll see a little messenger icon in the bottom right-hand corner. And if you hit on that, if you click on that, then my bot will come up and talk to you immediately. And it'll ask you if you have a question and any different things like that. So you can put bots directly on websites as well, which is helpful for when you're spending a lot of time and energy driving people to the website. Kim is an SEO warrior. I think we need her avatar drawn. Yes. We need to make this happen, Adam. Very good. And Kim, where is Down with the Brown? Summoning Franco. I know. I've not seen him all day. I wonder if he is well. I got this new light I want to show off to him. Very good. With SEO, I need lots of weapons and it usually beats me up. Ugh, it's designed to do so. We're getting off on an SEO track here. Barbara, you have a hoard of resources. Absolutely. Right on this particular live stream right now, you've got a bunch of resources. I highly recommend all of them because I've worked with them and they're awesome. Kim, perfect. Let me know if you have any questions or would like to chat sometime virtually. Awesome. You two are hooking up. I'm not pushy. This is not a sales pitch. None of these are sales pitches. Good. I'm glad you're going to check that out. That is awesome. I think my site SEO score is negative. I'm not looking at mine. Kim does my stuff. So she is blushing. Very good. And hi, Kristen. Glad you joined us. We are talking about messenger bots. Yeah, we're talking today real specifically about simple strategies to get started. If you are a person who, you haven't decided you're going to dump a bunch of money into this yet, you kind of want to see how it works on your own, then I've mentioned 3 strategies here so that you can get started in a reasonable way and start kind of experimenting with messenger bots and seeing if they're right for your business. Somebody can tell you all day, oh, this is the wave of the future. You've got to have this. But sometimes at the end of the day, what you need to do is just sit down with it yourself. So I've got 3 suggestions for you. I'll sum it up real quickly because, I've been talking for almost an hour now. I know. I can talk for hours about this stuff, you guys. But I'll sum up the 3 real basic strategies for Facebook Messenger bots. 1, I invite you to brainstorm every idea you have about messenger bots. You can do it electronically, like with something called Trello. I think somebody put a link in the comments as well. You can do it with a stack of Post-it notes and a pickle jar. Hot tip, rinse the pickle jar. You can be as high-tech or as low-tech as you like, but what I want you to do is get all of those ideas out of your head and onto something that you can look at. Reason being is because you're never going to be able to sort out all those ideas while they're still inside your head. You're never going to be able to look at those and start sorting them into, okay, this is a priority lane over here. This can wait a while. And this, I don't even know if it can be done yet. So we're going to stick this over in this area. That kind of stuff will allow you to get all those ideas out of your head, look at them logically, and start kind of ordering them into groups. How do you pick one of those ideas out of that pile of ideas you just generated? I want you to start small. I want you to start with a reminder bot, possibly for some content that's going out, or start with a welcome bot that can live on your Facebook page or your website that will welcome people in. Get people to sub and make sure those people are having a good time. Look at your stats, make decisions, talk to people, create conversations. Do this for 20 minutes a day, every day. If you build great habits around your bot, then by the time you go and launch that online course that you've been working on for a year and that is an absolute masterpiece and you want everybody in the world in, you'll be able to launch stuff using your bot, get people to events, get people to buy the book or the summit or whatever it is. You'll be able to get people to that and retain your good habits around your software. Be able to troubleshoot if there's a problem. There's nothing like being eyeballs deep in a launch and then having to fix technology that's gone awry. You won't have to do that if you've spent the time with it first. So make sure you have a good pre-show, a good game for the pre-show. Get some critical mass in there and then start really going on a campaign of having as many conversations as you can. So I'm glad you appreciate this. Also, you left me a butterfly. Thank you. That is awesome. Let's see. Okay. And we've got Adam here. With any tool, it has to still fit into your world. Don't hammer a square peg in a round hole. Gosh, not with this stuff. Not with this stuff. Listen, I'm just going to talk generally to you as somebody who used to coach people in technology all of the time. And that is, people try to force themselves sometimes into molds because somebody has said, oh, this piece of software is the best thing absolutely ever. You know what? It ain't for everybody. It isn't. And so Adam is really right there. Go ahead and figure out what fits you. What's something you're excited to use? I'm excited to open ManyChat every day. I am because I see the world of possibilities, and my gains in there have been far, far greater than any time that I have lost writing something that, hasn't worked out exactly correctly. So anyway, I am not going online for the usual show with Steven tomorrow, building a bot for the live video hub, because Steven is taking an authorized vacation. That one needs some rest, my friends. I think he's near a waterfall. I'm not sure. But the great Stephen Healy and I will be back next Wednesday. On Thursday, we'll be right here, same bat time. Well, same bot time, same bot channel, I probably could say. And we're going to talk about one thing that I learned that made my messenger bots journey so much different. We're going to talk about the biggest lesson, the most important lesson I've learned so far making messenger bots. So that ought to be at least a fun story. And I can't wait to see you all then. Meantime, if you'd like to always get a reminder before I go live, type, just like the thing says, type live, and my bot Spinning Dragon will come on and subscribe you to all of my lives, which means you'll get a little text before I start a show. And so please invest yourself of that if you would like. And that's all I know for today. Thank you for coming by, Grasshopper family. You guys are the best. And until Thursday, I will see you in a bot.